as time goes by. And love songs never out of date, hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man and man must have his mate, that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Geez, our 6-month anniversary, huh? It's hard to believe. Where does the time go? You know, it's funny, when you get to that point, it's not just dates anymore. It's a relationship. I mean, I'm not seeing anybody else, you're not seeing anybody else, and, well, frankly, I start thinking about what I'm getting out of the relationship versus what I'm putting into it, and, well, I don't mean exactly that way. Of course, God, no, that sounds horrible. But lately, Barbara, well, I've been thinking, and well, what I've been thinking is that I'm putting much, much more into the relationship than what I'm getting out of it. And, well, if we're gonna go on with the relationship, and that's something that I want, well, I think some things need to change. Oh, it's nothing that can't be fixed. Okay. I put together a spreadsheet of our relationship. Now, before you get all, please, just have a look. Here's where I started. Column A is a list of the dates we've gone on and how much they've cost. Let's look at October 3rd, our first date. I thoroughly enjoyed that, by the way. Now, we went to the movies and out for coffee. $7.50 apiece for the movies, $5.50 for your Kahlua and coffee, and $4.75 for my Naughty Irish. I have the receipts here. You know what? All right, now the total which you paid for on that date was, well, 0. Now, if you look closely at column A, my column, you'll see that it continues to be full of numbers throughout the relationship. There's the dinner at L'Auberge chez Francois, the weekend of camping in Ithaca. When you consider the total, it's quite astounding. I had no idea I had spent that much. $2,242. Wow! Over 6 months, that comes out to over $373 per month. That's a lot of cash. Okay, now let's move over to column B. Your column. $24 in column B for the night you had me over for dinner. Now, if I'm underestimating the dinner, I'm happy to be corrected on this. But as I recall, it was a meatloaf, some potatoes, and a bottle of wine. $24 is probably about right. Over 6 months, that means you spent, well, $4 a month on me since the relationship began. Excuse me. Now, let's move over to column C and have a look, shall we? I've put checks in column C on the number of times there was sex associated with the date. Okay, this is very important, I think. Let's go back to the first date. No sex. It's fine, I didn't expect it. Really, it was the first date. There was no discussion of sex at all. It was just a kiss at your front door. Date number 2 on October 11th, total for the date, $47.61, no sex. Date number 3 on October 15th, $38.97, still no sex. Oh, but what's this note I made? Ah, third base, woo! Okay, aha! Date number 4, dinner at Filomena's, 101.33, sex! All right, but here's the point. I spent $213.16 before we even had sex once, And well, well, I think that's not insignificant to me. What complicates this even more is column D. Column D relates directly to column C and is more or less my evaluation of, well, how good the sex was. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being, well, not so good, and 5 being...
Let me see them big titties. Them packs of Diddy and that pretty.
Now, Barbara, please, just sit tight and listen for a minute. Let's go back to date number 4. It was the first time we had sex, but truth be told, the sex was not outstanding. And I think you'd agree with me on this point. You had a little too much to drink, I think, and, well, on my scale, it got a 2. A sex score of 2 for dinner costing $101.33 at Hilo, Maine. Okay, now here's the deal. I am perfectly happy for column A, my column, to continue as before, and I'm perfectly happy as well for column B, your column, to continue as before. If that's the case, however, we have to talk about substantive, meaningful changes to column C, and we have to have a long look at column D. Lots of 2s and 3s in column D, and frankly, I'd like for that to change as well. I don't think it's too much to ask for a couple of 4s, maybe...
Let me see them big titties. Them packs of Diddy and that pretty.
Every once in a while. The point is not to point fingers at what's wrong with the relationship or who's responsible, although I think the evidence shows that you are probably a bit more responsible than I. The point is, in fact, your prescription for ortho what? I don't know what that is. Oh, that? Oh, I agree. I don't want to take any chances either. Better safe than, well, yeah. And how often do you have to get those filled? And how much does it cost? For those tiny pills? Okay, what else? Waxing? Really? You don't think you could have used a razor for that? Okay, never mind. A $200 bill from Victoria's Secret? That flimsy little black thing cost $200? Did you really need that?
I've been really
Barbara?
The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Shall we get the check? When you're ready, I can take the check.
a sin for me to take what's mine until the end of time. We were more than friends before the story ends, and I will take what's mine, create what God would never design.